The following is a hockey podcast out of Vancouver and Surrey, British Columbia. It'll only consist of a lot of puck talk and even more BS, or in actual words, banter and satire. Enjoy, and as always, go Canucks go.
You're Locked On Canucks, your daily podcast on the Vancouver Canucks. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
People, we back doing this, and that's talking about a Vancouver Canucks victory. It feels good. Well, we got to take a hit of that. Straight up. Come on. That was worth it. The Canucks just beat the Oilers in overtime. Yeah, they blew a 2-goal lead, but they won. And A, it was exciting for, obvious reasons. And B, they showed effort. They never took their foot off the pedal, okay? For real. We're talking about the Vancouver Canucks, not the most talented team, and now a team without Quinn Hughes and other players, right? Whole team's in the hospital. It feels like that. Straight up, you could read the injury report, and, you just read a couple chapters. You're doing the right things in life, right? It's that long. And, yeah, Quinn Hughes isn't there. And even if Quinn Hughes is there, even if Hedl is here, even if this team is at full strength, the captain, Quinn Hughes, what did he say? He said, we're not the most talented team. We got to be the most hardest working team, right? I'm paraphrasing just a bit, but he said that before the season. Quinn Hughes also said, we got to sign Kiefer Sherwood. And man, oh man, Kiefer Sherwood is turning himself into one of the most exciting players in hockey. For real. And not a point machine, but maybe a goal machine. But an outlier, right? His effort, his tenaciousness, it's off the charts. It's Chihuahua-like, okay? This dude, pardon my language, not really, because I watch hockey. Don't blame me. Blame hockey. Blame Kiefer Sherwood. Always swearing out there. Always chirping, being the biggest piece of shit. You could tell the other team hates Kiefer Sherwood because he gets under your skin. Think about this. I'm telling you, put the volume up high and watch a Canucks game. And just watch, Sherwood be annoying the whole game through and watch him chirp you. I'm telling you, this guy with the offense reminds me more like Sean Avery than a lot of players. Because, again, Brad Marchand, Matthew Tkachuk, they're elite at it, and they put up, like, Olympic-like numbers, right? Historic-like numbers. They're the best of the best. They're Hall of Famers. But, Sean Avery isn't a Hall of Famer. And Kiefer Sherwood, I'm sorry. I don't know. Hey, you know what? I ain't going to doubt this guy. He's a local guy. But, let's assume he's not a Hall of Famer, too. Kiefer Sherwood. Kiefer Sherwood reminds me of Sean Avery. And he's doing it well. As a hockey fan, as a Canucks addict, it is so entertaining having a guy like him on your team. And when you actually play the games, unlike you and you and you and you and me and me and me and me, when you're on his team and you have that guy on your team and he's just always going. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like you always have a chance because those types of guys bring you into the fight. And again, the Canucks don't have anyone on their team right now. It feels like that. Even Mancini got hurt. Okay? Halfway through this game. And this is after Hughes' day-to-day, right before the game. I thought I was dreaming. I thought it was, what's one of those things called again? When the demon comes to you in your sleep and attacks you and pins you down. Well, what type of dream is that again? I've had so many of those. I actually enjoy those dreams, but I hope the devil's not listening. I'm just saying it's exciting, and I like movies. I thought I was dreaming. I thought I was having a nightmare. I thought I was having sleep paralysis when I saw Quinn Hughes was day-to-day, not playing today against the Oilers, Edmonton. Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl. Hughes not there, but Hughes was kind of there because he signed Kiefer Sherwood. For real. And what a performance. He kind of scored a hat trick. Right? One gets disallowed thanks to Tyler Myers. Tyler Myers, man, you buying the whole team dinner for making them work overtime. They've already played enough hockey. Man, oh man, the only reason the Canucks don't win this game in regulation is because Tyler Myers is a top 4 defenseman still for this team. Doing too much, trying to do too much, way too chaotic. All in all, though, he's offside on the Sherwood goal that got disallowed. And what does he do? A few minutes later, he goes coast to coast. Well, actually, not coast to coast. It was all a blur. I kind of blacked out when he scored that goal. Did he get the puck in the neutral zone? Whatever. He just burst in, does his thing, goes 1-on-1 or like 1-on-1.5, 1-on-2 against the Oilers demon, and makes Matthias Ekholm. Oh, yo, that dude got embarrassed. And he's looking weaker and weaker year in and year out. Take that, Edmonton. And Kiefer Sherwood just putting him on a poster and doing the rest and establishing another 2-goal lead for the Vancouver Canucks in the second period going into the third. And he just brings the house down. Look at the smile on his face. He makes you love the game. So exciting to watch. So excited to play. Kiefer Sherwood is him. He's found oil. And this win in totality, I don't know. It kind of felt like that moment, did it not? Backs against the wall, against a rival. You're missing everyone, including Quinn Hughes. And Kiefer Sherwood does that. And Elias Pettersson does what he did, and he dominated. Yeah, only 1 goal. But he dominated. For real. Again, wasn't this somewhat of a statement win? It wouldn't be as sexy of a win if it was just Kiefer Sherwood. Let's be real and let's be honest. Finally, yes, finally. And he's capable of doing this. Not all the time, because nobody, unless you're Alex Barkov and Gustav Forsling, can do this. And that's, always be better than Leon and Connor. But man, oh man, finally, Elias Pettersson was better than Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. Again, that's what was missing. And not to get super dark, but again, I hang out with Trevor Beggs, darkest guy in the whole wide world, darkest guy on the program. But if we had this version of Elias Pettersson 3 times in that 7-game series against the Oilers 2 years ago, feels like 15. Yeah, but if we had today's version of Elias Pettersson in that series for 3 games, we would have gone to the Western Conference Finals easily. Because a guy like that helps you wins games. Helps you win games. Hey, I'm working on my English. I'm offended. You don't blame me. I blame my lovely grandma. Watched a lot of summer hockey with her. No. Spent a lot of my summers with her, but hey, watched a lot of hockey with her nonetheless. One of my favorite moments watching the game was when Matt Cook tied up the game, was laying in my grandma's bed watching that historic moment. And man, my grandma watching from above. Yeah, I'm telling you right now, she's proud of Elias Pettersson. Is she proud of me? Hey, that don't matter right now. Because she was a Vancouver, right? And she's proud of Elias Pettersson right now because this guy's been through a lot. And let's be honest, it feels like it's been a lot of hockey recently for Elias Pettersson where he's just stringing it together. Like he's back. Right? Look at what he did last night. Put the team on his back. The team couldn't get the job done, but he did everything. And then today he did everything again. Athletically speaking, Elias Pettersson, the knee looked fine on a back-to-back with a lot of travel in recent history. Yet he looked athletic. He looked dangerous. Right? He looked like he wanted to do everything for the team. He looked like he wanted to put the team on his shoulders, considering that Quinn Hughes is not there anymore. He looked accountable. He looked like a leader. Elias Pettersson wanted it, and he wanted a victory. Sure, he wanted the points. You see the goal he scored. He had many more chances to, pile it up on the stat sheet. But how about in the defensive zone? Like, how many times was Elias Pettersson in and around the puck in the defensive zone? Because he was on one. He was telepathic. He was at his best. Even specifically in overtime, right? First shift of the overtime. Well, we didn't score on the first shift against Leon and Connor, right? But Elias Pettersson on the ice, and it looks like Connor McDavid is, doing everything, dominating. But Elias Pettersson keeps him to the outside. Prevents disaster. And, you got to say it. Yeah, it's based on his intuitiveness, right? Him being the alien. This is why, we compare him to Datsuk when he's at his best. But it was also based on effort. Like, Rick Tocchet would have been proud of Elias Pettersson today because he never stopped moving his feet. That was the fastest Elias Pettersson has looked in his life. That's what it felt like. And it's been that long. Just a dominating performance from Elias Pettersson. And you got to give him kudos because, again, the back-to-back thing, this team just having so much turmoil, losing another game where they blow a lead on home ice, right, against the Montreal Canadiens, hockey night in Canada. Then you hear the news about Quinn Hughes not even being there. You're playing the Oilers, too. We're talking about the cream of the crop, right? Your rivals. And Elias Pettersson does, this and that and this and that. Speaking of which, look at this fact, okay? Let's play it, Canucksitology. And again, Trevor Beggs is not here, so we can just keep it simple. We don't got to be fancy and futuristic like Trevor Beggs. But look at this. Canucks insider tweeting. Is this favor? Maybe. Anyways, they're saying that with his third shot block of the game, Elias Pettersson now leads all NHL forwards in block shots this season. The effort. I don't know what happened. Well, actually, we do know what happened. After this dude scored on Thatcher Demko in Dallas in the first period. Remember, this is after his performance, his first period in St. Louis, right? This is after the Canucks got their asses kicked in Edmonton. Like right away, they hit the road after those back-to-back disasters. Elias Pettersson still looking invisible. And right away in the first period against Dallas, he scores against his own net. I almost cried. For real. For real. I almost cried. And I got so emotional that I actually started forgiving him because I felt so bad. Finally, after 22 months, I finally feel like, oh, dude, this guy's one of us. And right now he's so down bad. Felt like I was watching the saddest movie of all time. What's that movie? Four Brothers. You ever see that movie? It felt like I just found out my brother, I don't even want to say it. That's how dark it's getting. But that's what happened when Elias Pettersson scored against Thatcher Demko. And then what happened? The Canucks came back, and that's because Elias Pettersson was our hardest working player, our most efficient player, and he was making things happen with Connor Garland. And outside of Nashville, in the majority of that game, since, again, he scored against Demko, Elias Pettersson has been like 9 out of 10, game in and game out. It feels like that. Yeah, yes, even in the 5-1 defeat to Pittsburgh. That sounds crazy. He wasn't perfect, but he's taking a lot of shots. He's doing the little things to get him going. Like he's trying to do more than what he's been doing over the past 21 months, more than what he was doing in the beginning of the season. You could see that he was just trying to put it together, even in Pittsburgh, taking shots, doing his thing, and just building on that momentum, being resilient. And look at him today again. Just doing the most and blocking shots and the effort and the awareness and doing whatever it takes to win. Elias Pettersson is a treat to watch right now, and he is officially back. Christmas came early. Which leads me to this question, okay? We got to get to break. We got to read a bunch of comments. Already not doing my job by doing that. Got to run report cards. But this leads me to this question, okay? And I'm being serious, okay? Let me look at you in the eyes, okay? I'm being completely serious. Okay, if Findu never lies, put that on a shirt. Who's more important to this team, okay? Kiefer Sherwood or Elias Pettersson? If you had to... Okay, let me get through the sentence. If you had to build a franchise with one player, based on what you saw tonight, who you taking, okay? Elias Pettersson at his peak or Kiefer Sherwood at his peak? God damn, Kiefer Sherwood, man. I'm a big fan of late bloomers, Okay? Me and Trevor, 32 and a half years old, we best believe in that. Okay? We believe in that, and our girls believe in that. We late bloomers. Kiefer Sherwood is too, and he's a part of that equation. Who's more important, Elias Pettersson or Kiefer Sherwood? Answer that question. We'll get to it. Let's shout out one of our friends. We'll do report cards. And again, the Canucks win 4-3 in overtime. The people in Vancouver who paid for those tickets got what they were paying for, what they deserved. Because, again, we got to look after our neighbors, Francesco Aquilini and company, and you did tonight. Thank you very much. Let's continue it. And let's continue this show, a.k.a. this episode of Locked On Canucks. Today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Yes, FanDuel. And man, oh man, Trevor Beggs and his daughter, allegedly, assumingly, love to play FanDuel. Okay? Hey, I didn't say it. They said it. Anyways, if you played FanDuel today and you were a new customer and, you did that thing, you put $5 on a parlay and you just padded it up with a bunch of Packers picks, right? Tucker Kraft, 100 yards, the over. Jordan Love, 55,000 touchdowns, the over. Right? The Packers winning by 7.5 plus, whatever, the over. If you put that all in a parlay and you were a new customer and you placed a $5 bet, boom, bam, man. $300 in bonus bets. That's a beautiful thing, okay? If you do so responsibly, again, always do so responsibly. It's gambling, and it's also FanDuel, let's be real. And again, the Packers, they make me happy. They beat Aaron Rodgers. Kiefer Sherwood, if you said he would have 2 goals or put the over on the disallowed goals, I'm pretty sure you would have won a lot of money too, especially, again, if you're a new customer and you're placing that $5 bet. Visit FanDuel.com to get started. $300 in bonus bets available if, again, you win your first $5 bet. Let's get back to the show. People, we back doing this, and that's reading the comments on the postgame show, a.k.a. the POSTCAST here at the Don't Doze Art Lab, a.k.a. Locked On Canucks. Kanil Prakash saying, is this Kanil Prakash the third? I'm pretty sure. Kanil Prakash is saying, we need more Chesa and Fiji Gold for this pod. It's just Kyle and us now. Trevor Beggs not here, feeling under the weather. Again, second best dad in the world, working 18 different jobs, covering watching the most hockey out of any second best dad I know. He gets a little sick. He's not here. And it's just me and the people, a.k.a. Mr. Fiji and the people. That being said, I'm going to spill the beans. Trevor Beggs, and, maybe one day he'll tell the truth about his past life. But Trevor Beggs is also Fijian, okay? He's Fijian. He's proved it to me. And maybe more on that later this week, okay? We're all Fijian. I mean, we're all Locked On Canucks. So next comment. I like this comment, man, coming in from Brian, okay? Brian saying, Demko played unreal. Thatcher Demko, man. Hell, you know how crazy it got today for me when it comes to Thatcher Demko and me? A.k.a. the drug that is Thatcher Demko, right? The dangerous drug. Stay away from taking a lot of hits of Thatcher Demko before the playoffs. I said, puck it today, man. I'm ready to play Thatcher Demko more. The team needs help. And let's be honest, Kiefer Sherwood doing the most. Elias Pettersson doing the most. And let's be honest, Thatcher Demko, he didn't have to be incredible today. But he was. Right? He was a nuisance even in limited, what am I trying to say here? He wasn't being attacked a lot. The Oilers weren't, peppering him with everything. But I think that's because Demko's in the Oilers' head. And they want to be super, super duper perfect. And they kind of had to be in order to score on him 3 times. But again, Thatcher Demko set the tone for this team. He wins you games. It's in the fine details. It's not allowing bad goals when he's in the zone. And right now, Thatcher Demko is in the zone. And if you play this guy, you have a 50% chance of winning games. So much so that if, Sherwood and Pettersson are missing from the lineup, but you're starting Demko, I'm being honest. I'm being serious. For real. That guy's an elite athlete and an uber competitor, and he bleeds blue and green, and he wants to do it more than any other player in that room, and that's win games. If you played that guy, you have a 50% chance to win. What am I saying? A 90% chance to win every night. It feels like that. What a talent. And Kevin Lankinen, again, I don't think they should take I don't think anyone should be doing a lot of Demko, okay? Stay safe. Don't do a lot of drugs. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be a safe guy, too. You got to proceed with caution for sure. But Kevin Lankinen, just making me think about it, making me feel a little dangerous right now. So this is what I would do if I was the Canucks and Adam Foote. I'm probably starting Kevin Lankinen, on Tuesday against the Rangers. Just show some support to that guy. It's just the Rangers. They can't score goals, I think. And give Kevin Lankinen some confidence, because me and the fan base, like, again, I'm going to be like, yo, play Demko, and maybe Adam Foote's going to listen to this podcast, and maybe he'll think about it more, playing such a dangerous game early on in the season. But man, oh man, the lack of Kevin Lankinen's success and just how good Thatcher Demko is making me think, again, this team's kind of desperate for some wins right now. A lot of injuries. They're only 5-5. I don't know. Can the Canucks go 5-5 again, even with all these injuries in their next 10, and still make the playoffs? I mean, by the maths, logic, sure, but the Canucks could 5-5 again. I feel like they need to go 6-4, 7-3, 6-2-2. Go for a little run here, pat it up. Give yourself a cushion. And is that only possible, or is it a certainty if you just play Demko here a lot? Like 8 out of the next 10, you get that? It feels like that because he's that good. Man, oh man. Anywho, report cards. Okay, you know the deal. We just grade every player, and we try to do it in 5 minutes or less here on Locked On Canucks. Man, oh man. Man, I feel like I took a drug there. I feel like an idiot for saying we should play Thatcher Demko more. Speaking of which, Thatcher Demko, let's start off with him. I'm giving him an A. Linus Karlsson, I'm giving him a B+. The effort was there. Evander Kane, his best game as a Canuck, I'm giving him a B+. Victor Mancini, man. Victor Mancini, I need a martini. And I hate martinis. The nastiest beverage of all time. For real. But man, Victor Mancini hurt. It might be a shoulder thing. I don't know. I saw the collision behind the net that kind of led to it in the second period. It kind of looked awkward. It didn't look severe, but based on how awkward it looked and the clear discomfort that it brought Mancini, I kind of got scared. And he was going to have a lot of opportunity here. And I think he added to, the pace of the game today. The Canucks were fast. They were attacking. And there wasn't a lot of martini sprinkled in there, but there was some. He's creative. He's a player that likes to attack. And, when you're missing Quinn Hughes, you need to play Victor Mancini. He's your most offensive guy back there outside of Hronek. He might be as offensive as Hronek if you really kind of break it down based on mindset and confidence. But even when Quinn Hughes is in the lineup, based on how this team lacks with their forward and their forward attack, I wonder how they would look if they had, again, Victor Mancini playing game in and game out and just having his excitement to make things happen and the confidence and the bravado. Yeah, it may lead to mistakes, but it's going to lead to more chances. And you kind of want the Canucks to take more chances. And here again, Mancini gets his chance and he gets hurt right away. And I think before the game started, what's his name? Kirill Kudryavtsev. Did I just say his name right? Kirill Kudryavtsev. I think I did it. Anyways, Kirill Curry, sauce guy, whatever. He got called up, and now for sure he's going to be playing games ASAP. I think he was already going to get that opportunity because, again, Quinn Hughes is day-to-day, and POJ, he's replaceable, and you might as well play these young guys, especially if they're looking for a center. You got to, raise the stock here. And Kirill deserves it, too, and there's a chance he's going to be a safe bet. I trust Kirill right now more than I do Tyler Myers, let's be honest. Now he's going to get a chance, going to get a look, a big one, and let's just hope Mancini's not out for long. Jake DeBrusk, B+. Thought he was just active. The last 2 games, he's been really good. And you know what? Big guys, that's what they say, right? Big guys, they take a while to warm up. That's what she's never said to me. But yeah, he's doing it. Power forward, he's warming up, and he's been really good in the last 2 games. The Canucks look way faster when he's just way more active. Speaking of which, Lucas Reichel, I'm going to give him a B+ too. He was good against a good team. Like, we played the Oilers. I don't care if they were in a back-to-back situation too. We were in a back-to-back. And Lucas Reichel, he did his thing. And I think I saw this on Twitter. Somebody said, I think it was Chester, he said, Lucas Reichel's like a Timu version of Filipino. I think he's better than that. He did this against the Oilers. It's been 2 games. It's 50-50. And I'm just like, yo, that was cool to watch. He had a lot of chemistry with the Vander Kane and Brock Boeser. Like, they seem to have fun together today, okay? Anyways, next up, Max Hassan, B+. I just want to see this guy play more. I thought that line, again, Carlson and Baines and him, they just had a lot of fun out there. They seized the moment. That's a huge test, right? The Edmonton Oilers, and they did their thing. B+, Tyler Myers, F. No, for real. Tyler Myers, F. Just an immature effort. Just got to be a better leader, man. We're missing pieces, and we just don't need that many mistakes. That being said, you're going to get that many mistakes when you play so much Tyler Myers. And when this team gets healthy again, I think, again, it's just in their best interest to make this guy the 6th defenseman on the team, the 5th defenseman. Like, play him 14 minutes a game. That's when you get peak Canucks, I think, okay? And that's when you get peak Tyler Myers. Aatu Räty, let's give him an A-. You know, I think people have been really critical of Aatu Räty's game recently, and I get it. The Canucks have been, outside of the Montreal game in the last 4, they've just been so, just frustrating, right? Just frustrating. The last 3, anyways, all in all, they've been frustrating. I think Aatu Räty, we want more. We need more. We're so slim at center. And again, we just want so much from this guy. We want him to be faster and all that jazz. But even in those recent losses that the Canucks have endured, I still feel like Aatu continues to play a heavy game that doesn't lack effort. Again, effort is what the paying customer deserves, what the viewing customer deserves. You spend a lot of time with this team, and there's no excuse. There's no excuse, especially for a team that never wins. You want to employ guys that are going to still go through a wall to make things happen. And even at his pace, I feel like Aatu Räty still tries to always finish checks, is still strong along the boards. I know he takes the dumbass penalty at the end of the second against the Montreal Canadiens, but Aatu Räty has been building here on just playing big. And today he played fast. The whole team played fast. What did they do last night? What? I don't even want to know. Why did Quinn Hughes hey, do the math? Hey, come on. What did they do last night? They lost against Montreal. We said it on the show. We hope that Marcus Pettersson takes them all out. You know, just light it up. Light it up. Screw it. Back to back. You're back home, though. Just light it up last night. Have some fun. And next thing you know, Quinn Hughes is day-to-day. And the whole team looked faster. What did these guys do last night? Somebody find Evander Kane's phone, man. Anyways, Kiefer Sherwood up next. A+, whatever the thing is. This guy's been the best Canuck in 10 straight games. Even better than Connor Garland. Wait, hold up. Connor Garland and Kiefer Sherwood. Who's been more consistent? Probably Connor Garland, to be honest. But that's not a slide on Kiefer Sherwood. Just such an impressive performance. Can we say sign him? What are you paying? What are you paying Kiefer Sherwood? We're gonna end the episode on that comment and that answer, because I have some hate towards the people that still kind of want to shop him, aka trade him, based on age, based on shooting percentage, based on him peaking. You know what I'm saying? Like, at this rate, he's a good asset. And since the Canucks don't win a lot of games, you got to consider him an asset, which I kind of get. But I don't know. This dude, I feel like he'll always have peak trade value based on him being such an outlier. Like, he kind of reminds me of a player that will always give the same value that Tampa gave for like Blake Coleman and Barclay Goodrow. Maybe more. Like, what a player. What a player. For real. Man, oh man. A lot of yapping here. I thought it was 5-ish minutes for report cards. Elias Pettersson, A+. Marcus Pettersson. Dumb penalty that led to the tying goal. That just, again, I'm so tired of those penalties right now that I'm going to have to, punish Marcus Pettersson for that. Let's just give him a B-. DPD, Elias Pettersson, an A. Last night, Trevor didn't like his game. I think I'm correct on that. I kind of blacked out last night as well during the podcast. But today, actually, let me slow down there. Trevor gives Elias Pettersson a D- or whatever, and I said, yo, give him a B, because I saw it last night. Like, I think this guy continues to build on solid performance after solid performance after solid performance. He's resilient within game, right? He makes one mistake and then he stops making mistakes. That's what's happened in like recent history with him. And today against the Oilers, I mean, there was at one point where I felt like he tripped up Draisaitl, and I'm like, yo, I love how this guy is so fearless. Because if you go after Draisaitl, if you're playing a tougher team, you're getting knocked out. And this young player always does that, and that's take his shots. He's fearless, okay, and he's resilient and he's solid defensively right now. And we needed one of these guys. To keep it simple, we needed Willander, DPD, or Mancini to be better than Tyler Myers. That was like an equation for success this season, and he's climbing. He's climbing for real. Drew O'Connor up next. I'm giving him an A+. What a game from him. I was so damn impressed. Did his thing. Philip Roenick, A+ as well. For a second there, I thought he he got injured, but Philip Roenick, now he's the guy. Day-to-day injury for Quinn Hughes. Who knows how long that's going to take? Could be whatever. And Philip Roenick has to be the leader, and this was day one of that. And we saw what he did last night against Montreal, making plays to Pettersson and whatnot. And today, I just feel like he was solid. He did his thing, and I don't know. When you see performances like this, you kind of want Philip Roenick to play on his own pair. Anyways, RC Baines, B+, Connor Garland, A+ again. What an icon. I hope my children are short. That's how much I'm enamored by Connor Garland's efficiency, his play style. Like, you just want your children to be like Connor Garland. That's what it feels like, okay? Based on how this guy plays and what he can do with the puck. What a magician and what a Tasmanian devil, an outlier player. Connor Garland, A+. Thank you very much. POJ, B+ too. We're just feeling nice today. And Brock Besser, A-. Let's get to some comments. That was the end of this segment. 5-ish minutes for report cards. And we got to read some comments, okay? This is Locked On Canucks. It's for the people. And one love to you and you and you and you. Again, you're listening to Locked On Canucks. One love to the Dotos Art Lab. We'll be back in a couple seconds here on the program. People, we back doing this, and that's talking about your Vancouver Canucks. Man, oh man, what a time to be alive. That's it, man. What a time to be alive. Canucks are 5-5, and we recovered from last night. We needed this one. The Canucks couldn't go 4-6 going into game 11. I don't know. That scared me. And I can't afford therapy. I also can't afford so many, nights out with the girlfriend, okay? We live in Vancouver. Anything you do, if you spend 3 hours with your girlfriend in the city, you're spending $100. Hey, that's okay. I'll do it. But I just said therapy's expensive. Sometimes I just like a win. It's cheaper. I just want peace. And today, those 2 points, they really hit, and the Canucks deserved it. So, appreciate their effort. One love to everyone, and let's get to some comments to end things off on this episode, again, of Locked On Canucks. David Martin saying, you got to spend $100 on parking. You know what's crazy, man? You know how, and again, this is why the Canucks got to win. The people deserve it. I'm not going to say it's hard to live out in Vancouver because, again, that sounds like such a first world problem thing to say, and it's come on, Anyways, the fact that it's 2025 and we're still paying for parking at the hospital is just, come on. What are we doing? What is going on here? We still got to pay for parking at the hospital. Some people aren't seeing their loved ones when they're sick because, it's like, we live in the most expensive place in the city. Money's the root of all evil. What's a stress? Come on, stress kills. You pay for parking, next thing you know, you're in the hospital, man. Come on, guys. Come on. We know the thing. We know money stress is a thing. Hospitals, that's the new goal of the show, to see a Stanley Cup and find a way to make hospitals in BC never charge people for parking at the hospital. Come on, guys. Anyways, next comment. Man, oh man. Carmen saying Hoglander, Petey, and Garland gonna hit like crack. Whoa, am I allowed to say crack? Okay, you know what? Carmen, let's just talk about what you said there. Hoglander, man, I don't mention him enough when I go down the injury list, and I don't know, maybe that's like recency bias and just being an asshole. And again, just not seeing straight. I'm not perfect, but Hoglander is going to add obviously a lot of bite to this team, and I wonder if him and Sherwood could actually play together and be our version of just annoyance, pure annoyance. I'm looking at ways to be advantageous over other teams. And isn't that a way? Because again, I'm putting Kiefer Sherwood on a pedestal. This guy is, in my mind, a highly skilled player. Like, his offensive instincts are damn good. You pair that up with Hoglander, and if he's confident and he's doing his thing, and then you add in their annoyance and their abilities to, like, forecheck, maybe that allows that line to be uber fast, even if Ratu's down the middle and he continues to, just do his thing, get into space, be solid defensively, win faceoffs. I don't know. Maybe you'd be cooking there. And I know Carmen was talking about putting a Hoglander on the top line, but I'm a prisoner of the moment. I'm just liking finally what Jake DeBrusk is doing with those two, because and that's Garland and Pettersson, and right now Garland and Pettersson, their chemistry is off the charts. Well, it's getting there. You could see, like, it's apparent that could be a long-term thing for years and years and years. Like, the skill, the motor, the intelligence from both those players, their play style. Again, they can feed off each other. And if you got DeBrusk, who's looking a tad faster, playing confident, like, that's dangerous. And I don't know. Again, it's how do I say this? It's a guy who has 28 goals last year, right? A career high in goals last year. And it feels like he wasn't even trying, based on even things that he was saying, right? And you look at the speed he's brought this year. He's been, overly boring prior to this weekend. But if he's confident, there could be a lot of fun there. For real. So I do kind of want to keep DeBrusk at the top right now. Anyways, get well soon, Hoglander. Hoglander and Sherwood could be something. I think so. Yo, Cito saying, I'm glad Boeser signed long-term. I'm big on roster stability and keeping guys that come up through the farm system. And yeah, again, I'm the asshole here. Hanging out with Trevor Baggs. Again, you're a product of your environment. Some may say I was raised by Trevor Baggs, okay? Maybe that's why I call him the second best dad in the world. Anyways, I'm a win first guy. I know money's the root of all evil, but I don't think success is. And I want to win. I want championships. And that leads me to say this. Sometimes I'm not all up for making sure you sign the nice guy. I wouldn't say the glue guy, because if he was the glue guy and the successful one, maybe Miller and Pettersson, don't do what they did. But just a good citizen in Vancouver who's good at hockey. For real. Like, Brock Boeser's good. And today, like, look at the pace he was playing with. Like, he loves playing the Oilers. That was like peak Brock Boeser. So good. A good hockey player, okay? I like, good hockey players on my team. But, more so than just being nice. He happens to be both. Speaking of being nice, and again, a good citizen, and in my opinion, how do I say it? Some call it a class act, but just a leader. Again, these guys don't. I read a lot of Charles Barkley. Athletes don't have to be role models, but let's be honest, Brock Boeser is a role model. He's a role model. I'm sorry to do that to Brock. You don't got to be that guy. I know he's just doing him. But since day one, raised by a beautiful family and became a beautiful person on the inside, just a class that you. Asitos is saying Minnesota nice. Even I know what that is, and I hate the Vikings. But Brock's that nice guy, and Brock, in recent history, I just want to, we got to say this on the locked on side of things here at the Don't Doge Art Lab too. Yo, one love to you. One love to your family. Sorry for your loss. The loss of a pet, loss of a family member, the loss of, what's the gender? I don't know all the info. The loss of a brother. And Brock Boeser, I'm assuming, goes on personal leave and misses those 2 games because, he had to be there with the fam jam while they, share their appreciation and sorrow together for the loss of their dog. And that's as human as it gets, for real. And I've seen some people online, Twitter, the darkest place in the world. I got to get off of it. Some people saying that's not hockey enough. And then it's, come on. You're getting paid millions and you're taking time off to spend time with your family while you, mourn the life of your dog. Like, what? Dude, obviously, you got to do that. Any good human who is legitimate pals with their dog. Again, everyone's dog. If you truly love your dog and the dog loves you back, that dog does so much for you. It's unspeakable, right? Y'all don't speak the same language, but it's so unspeakable, the power of that bond, the power of that love. In fact, that love, and again, I got a dog, but shout out to my dog, Loki. Loki's made me more human than 99% of my friends. And I don't think I have to make new friends. I'm just saying that relationship is true, it's real, and it's as human as it gets. And I'm glad Brock is back, but he could have taken as long as he wanted because it's just life. And Brock deserves the world. He can do whatever he wants, man. Rest in peace. Walk your dogs, okay? All week in the rain. Get your dog a damn umbrella and walk your dog. Last comment. Everyone has given up a first for Kiefer Sherwood. That comes from Callum Sandu. And yeah, let's talk about it. Let's end it. I'll try to read through the comments. There's so many today. Everyone's just stoked. But how much are we paying Kiefer Sherwood? And is he... Like, is there, I don't want to say, is there a price you wouldn't go to? But you're giving a guy like this 5, right? I don't know, to stay in Vancouver? Like, I'm talking about the most. Like, you're actually, like, if you're willing to keep this guy on your team, and you've had him for this long already, and you know he could be this much of a spark plug, and the fan base connects to him, and the cap is going up, and Quinn Hughes co-signed him, and he's playing this damn good, and he wills you into the fight, and he's scoring goals. Like, he's paced for 40. I'm pretty sure he's going to get 20, 25 for sure. He does so much of this on his own, too. Like, just a pure talent, tenacious warrior, hit record, mother pucker. Like, dude, again, to stay on the Canucks, it sounds crazy, but I'm giving him 5. If he demands it, if that's what he thinks he can get on the open market, a journeyman, he may be thinking about that, right? Someone's going to take the bait. I'm probably sticking him around because not only is he damn good, he's an obvious culture setter. And Braden Coots, when he comes into the league, is going to connect with a guy like that. Braden Coots already connected with a guy like that, right? Given Kiefer Sherwood, according to the media, according to the people, Trevor Beggs has said it too. Bro, Braden Coots, side by side with Kiefer Sherwood. Kiefer Sherwood, bringing him along, being a leader. That matters, especially in the long term. And this team's not the toughest of teams. And I know Kiefer Sherwood doesn't drop the gloves. He's only got like one fight in his own whole life. He's a piece of shit, but he doesn't stand down. And I don't know if it's you. Well, I don't know if it's just me or if you see it as well. But I feel like this season he's hitting harder. Like, he's hurting people. And remember, this guy hurt Quinn Hughes in the past. I know it's scary. It's really scary to pay Kiefer Sherwood that much. I know. But I'm just saying I'm willing to go that high. Now, maybe there's a way to get him for 4. That's great. That's beautiful. I don't want to... I don't want to be one of those people who are like, yo, based on the stats, based on the numbers, he's 30 years old. He's peaking right now. He's not going to be worth that much money long term. Like, there might be a dip here. I just feel like there's so much sexiness and bravado and I don't know, entertainment value right now with Kiefer Sherwood that he's still like tradable next year if it doesn't work out. Like you don't give this guy the full no trade clause. Like he's still movable. Guys are gonna want guys like this, and you're still gonna get some value there. And I think it's a guarantee with a guy like Kiefer Sherwood that he's not going to turn this off. He loves the game so much, and he's scratching that itch. He's wanted to be an NHL player for a long time. He's only recently got it, and he's got a lot to give to the game. What a player. Anyways, KJ Brazy saying paying 4.5 over 5. Andrew saying what? Give him 5 over 7 years, which is crazy. I know. Hey, maybe you can sign Kiefer Sherwood for like 4 if you give him like 7 years. Maybe. Like just Yanni Gord it, maybe. Anyways, Carmen saying $4 million for 4.5 years could get it. 4 to 5 years could get it done. Supersonic saying 6 by 6. Casito saying a 4-year contract would be ideal. And KJ saying he's peaking. He's doing it. He's doing it. He just won a game against Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. Anyway, so we've been running for 46 minutes. We got to go. One love to you and you and you and you. Hit the like button if you want hospitals to not charge our people for parking or any, let's set the tone for the rest of the world. Let's not do that to anyone. Come on. What are we doing? It's 2025. One love to Locked On and the Podcast Network and the Don't Doze Art Lab. One love to the Don't Doze Art Lab for giving you the West Coast bias. I got to go. Dude, I got to drink some water, man. So much talking, man. This is a hard, hockey podcasting is the hardest. No, I'm not going to go there. Okay. Hey, when we lose, this is the hardest, worst job in the world sometimes. I'm not going to lie. It's depressing. But right now we won. Not feeling it. Let's have a good week. Peace out.
Your Locked On Canucks, your daily podcast on the Vancouver Canucks, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.